Hello and welcome to Beating Diabetes Type 2. It's now week 22, so it's been 9 weeks since I last posted. So week 22, day 1. And for the last 2 months where I've not had any online activity, I'll just give you a brief overview of what happened. I went back to help at work for a couple of weeks. Which knocked me out of my routine of going to the gym. Then the gym was closed for 3 weeks to refurbish. So that knocked out that routine further. And then Christmas came along and the New Year. And since the 30th of November when I last blogged, I've probably gone to the gym a handful of times. Over the last few weeks, certain things have changed, but a couple of weeks ago I went back to the gym and changed my program to a free weights program. And going forward, that's what I'll look to be doing. But there's been another change which has been rather more important. Well, I can say that my progress now is back on track and going very well. Just over a week ago I started a diet. It's called the 8-week blood sugar diet. Now it's done by Dr. Michael Mosley. He's the one who's written it and based it on some scientific research from Newcastle University. And essentially it's a very low calorie diet for 8 weeks. In fact, the calories are so low it's just 800 a day. Now, can you survive on 800 a day? Yes, you can. I've just completed day 10 and feel great. Lots of energy, no problems whatsoever. Now, after doing this blood sugar diet for 1 week, my levels went down to 5.9. I have never been in the 5s, ever. But amazingly, it's got down to there. Also, over the period of not going to the gym and not particularly eating great after Christmas, etc., I'd put on weight up to 18 stone 5, so I'd put back on a few pounds. In this first week of doing this new diet, I have lost 10 pounds. So when I weighed myself on Saturday, I was down to 17 stone 9 pounds. So for me overall, that's 1 stone 6 pounds lost since I originally started, so I'm really pleased with that. But what I like is the fact that I've got a bit of structure to this diet, and it gives advice on exercise with it too. What's different about this diet amongst a lot of other diets is to get rid of refined carbohydrates out of your diet completely. And I have to say, I feel 10 times better. The thing with refined carbs is our body turns it into sugar so quickly and burns it up, and we use it straight away. And if we're not using it actively, then it's turning you into Mr. or Mrs. Fat Man. I do miss carbs because I'm a bit of a carb lover. I love pasta, potatoes, rice, bread, whatever form it comes in, it tastes good. Now what this diet is looking at is that since the 50s we've been advised to eat more and more carbs as part of our balanced meal, and it's really good for us. But obesity has been going up since the 50s, and that's despite low-fat diets being around. And low fat doesn't work because it's just replaced with sugar. This diet is telling you to have things like full fat yogurt, full fat butter. And it feels much, much better to eat healthy things. I'm eating more fruit and veg, not so much the fruit but the veg and the salads. And you can eat your proteins, no problem. You're just aware the really high fat ones, or at least don't have it very often, like sausages and bacon. Maybe once a week. And so for another 46 days, I'll be doing this very low 800 calorie a day diet. The results that people have been having on it have been amazing, and I look forward to losing a lot more weight and coming off my medication, because that seems to be the result for a lot of type 2 diabetics doing this diet. So I'll show you again. It's the 8-week blood sugar diet. You can get it on Amazon. I trust this guy, the doctor. He's on a programme, in fact, on BBC Two in the UK called Trust Me, I'm a Doctor. He is a fully trained doctor. Hasn't worked as a doctor for a while. He's been doing media. But in line with the science and the scientific evidence, they've looked at producing this diet. He's the same author that came out with the 5 and 2 diet. But they thought, why not go one step further? They looked at the people that had bariatric surgery and how majority of them were coming off their diabetic meds because their ability to take in calories really affected their blood glucose levels and how their body produced insulin. So I'm really happy to recommend doing this diet. I will weekly show you my progress so you can make an informed decision yourself. But I really highly recommend getting this book. Read it, because it backs up what it's saying in terms of what it's asking you to do. It backs it up with research and gives you very good advice. So I can still eat carbohydrates, just not refined carbohydrates. So things like bulgur wheat are okay, lentils, that sort of thing. So less of the stuff that's too easy to eat, if you get my meaning. So a lot of new recipes. And the nice thing is my wife's decided to do it with me too. So as I get to move my butt this week and get back to the gym again while being on 800 calories, I urge you too to get this book and think about your future and think about what you want to achieve. And think about not just what you want to look like when you see yourself in the mirror, but how you want to feel. How your energy will improve. How even your mental state will improve. Through the losing the weight, but more importantly, seeing your ability to handle sugar and how your body produces insulin correctly. Going on this diet will help remove all the fattiness from your liver and pancreas. This is a really good diet. It's really good, particularly for those that have had type 2 diabetes for under 5 years, because at the start you will lose a lot of weight quickly. It will slow down a bit, obviously, as the week goes on. But as you get to 8 weeks in this, you're going to talking close to 2-3 stone, depending on your size. Now, some of you people out there who might have been type 2 diabetic for longer, it might not be as quick. That's what they advise. It might not be as quick in terms of the losing the weight and seeing the levels of your glucose tolerance come down slower. But that's because your body is so programmed to have the type 2 diabetes. But have no fear. Stick with this program for 8 weeks. Give it a go. and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.